Hello guys, welcome back. My name is Mr. Barasa, and as always this is about money, this is about investing, this is about how you can always earn more, how you can always manage your finances well. Now today I'm going to talk about 10 most business that one can start with only 10,000 Kenyan shillings and earn a good amount from them. This business will vary from areas of maybe where you will be operating and location, depending on some factors such as transportation, depending on some factors such as weather, etc. So bearing in mind that you want to start this business today, because most of them are very profitable when it comes to returns, have in mind that cost will actually differ from one point to another in regard to your returns. Business number one is selling of second-hand clothes or mitumba. So if you are in Kenya, you know very well selling mitumba or second-hand clothes is very profitable if you have the right knowledge on how to go about it. So by this example, let me just give you a breakdown. Mitumba. So with mitumba, if at all you can get 6,000 and have it invested in mitumba for at least a bell. So a bell, if you get a bell of 6,000, assuming maybe these are clothes, the shirts or trousers, etc., whichever, if you go ahead to look at what they demand or what you want to sell, then assuming you have 6,000 for a bell, and then let's say maybe for 2,000, you can do what we call have it assist you in transportation, and another 2,000 for helping you find a stand that you will temporarily use in terms of displaying, in terms of whether you have chose a location that is a street, maybe where people are passing, has a traffic engagement when it comes to people being around at that point that you've just chosen. In this case, you will have invested 10,000. So in this case scenario, let's look at profitability or profit that you can actually make. Assuming you've gone ahead to just buy this, and from this bell, you can at least maybe, let's say you can have maybe to have 100 pieces. So in these pieces, you are only purchasing them at around 60 shillings. This is Kenya shillings. Now, assuming you go ahead and sell these 100 pieces each at 120 shillings. 120 shillings. So 120 times only 100 bob, 100 pieces, you'll have made at least 12,000. Assuming you go ahead and do this business at this margin, the way you are looking at it, this will actually give you a good return whenever you are investing in it with much consistency and focus that it deserves. So this can be done online. You can buy these clothes and have them to display on online platforms like WhatsApp, Instagram, and Facebook, and so many other platforms that people will have to look at them, and they will always engage you in terms of delivering to them, or where you can have them come and buy for themselves. So business number 2 is actually mobile food vending. Mobile food vending. The good thing with this business is that it's not a must for you to have a location for you to run this business, but you can do it from your home. In this case, you'll be cooking. After cooking, you go to offices, you walk in the streets as you do this business. So in this case, you only have to deal with the high demand snacks, like snacks that are high demanding, for in this case mandazi, chapatis. So these are actually the most fast going things that you can venture into and focus in them. Personally, if you are someone who is working in the offices, you will know that if you get someone who always have the best chapatis and mandazis, then automatically you will be telling him or her to come at around 9 or at around even 1, just for you to purchase on this. And if you're a good person in terms of this, then you can make it with high returns. So assuming maybe, let's say this is a breakdown for like 4,000, this has to help you in the purchasing of ingredients. So after you having this 4K for ingredients, then have at least 2K for cooking equipments, and 2K and another 2,000 just for transportation. So by you doing that, you can start this business. So you find that all this will come to 10,000. So by you having 4,000 for ingredients and 2,000 for cooking equipments like stoves, like pan, etc. And then another 2,000 for just transportation from one office to another or from one street to another, you get to only use at around 10,000. And in this case, profit, let's discuss about profit. So in this case about profit, assuming you only sell like 200 mandazis or chapatis, so in this case, let's assume one chapati or one mandazi, it's only 20 bob. But right now, at the normal rate of chapatis are actually 30 bob. But let me just put it at 20 shillings. So 20 shillings times 200. I'm just assuming you have only sold 200 chapatis or mandazis. You'll have made at least 4,000. Now with this 4,000, assuming assuming maybe you got 4,000 in that day, but your cost, when you remove the cost, we remove like 2,000, you will have made at least 2,000 net. So isn't this a good business? So if you're someone who is thinking on what to do and you are at home, because this business doesn't require you to have even a location or a place where you can rent, and you can always start it like this. And trust me, if you do it with a high quality kind of procedural when it comes to preparing these mandazis or chapatis, then you will make it very, very good when it comes to returns. This is just a simple scenario that I've just a simple profit when it comes to only 200 mandazis or chapatis. But if you do it well, with consistency, with high production when it comes to quality and a good marketing, then you can actually do more than even 10,000 in a day. Number 3 business is actually fruit and vegetable vending. Fruit and vegetable vending. So if you've seen the so-called mama mbogas, and those are the kind of things I'm talking about. They do sell fruits and veggies. So in this case, maybe assuming maybe like you source them from produce, which will actually, you will be sold at a wholesale. So you have to consider getting these fruits and vegetable at a wholesale prices, at a wholesale. So with this, look at finding the produce that are fresh. And then you have to at least use 6,000 when it comes to stock, and use 2,000 for transportation. But this is always flexible when it comes to where you are getting them from. It's not like standard. I'm just trying to break you through this. And then another 2,000 for stall or display. So like for vibandas, these are the stalls or display. In this case, this can be used in the markets, but for display, even kibanda, if you are in Kenya, you know what I'm talking about. This is a place where they just put up some structure where you can display your produce. In this case, when I talk about the profit, will be assuming maybe a stock for like 10,000. In this case, if you just go ahead and sell this stock, you can get at least 50% markup. In this case, if you sell this, you will get at least 15,000. So by that, you'll have made at least 5,000. And trust me, those mamambogas, those people that are selling fruits and vegetables, they do make it very, very good when it comes to return. So if you're someone who is looking forward to venturing into a business, then this fruit and vending business will be good for you, as it has always been good for those mamambogas that you never know, you never knew about how they make their money. But trust me, they do make a lot of money just for fruits and vegetable vending. Business number 5 is actually small scale poultry farming. But have you ever known that in Kenya, we are short of eggs, we are short of milk, but in this case I'm talking about poultry. So you know that in Kenya there's actually a short when it comes to eggs. We actually import eggs from Uganda, but maybe you have never known about this. So if you're someone who is always interested into poultry farming, then this is the best business to start today. So in the case of poultry, small scale poultry farming, then if you go ahead and do what we call have 5,000 and buy chicks, and then after that you again go and have 3,000 for feeds, and you go ahead and buy, you have 2,000 for building material. Remember, this is for small scale poultry farming. So in this case, this will be 10,000. So by you considering the chicks for 5,000, feeds for 3,000, and then 2,000 for building material. In this case, when I look at the profit potential, if you sell like a hen or a chicken for about maybe like 500, at least 500. This is not a fully grown a chicken or a hen, and then assuming maybe you only sell like 10, this we can make you at least 5,000. In that case, if you do this business for some period, as you scale up, you will at least get a substantial amount from this business as you continue scaling up this business. So this is one of the most profitable business that you can enter today and have you succeeded. But in the case of eggs, at least an egg can be sold at 20. So if you have like around 10 chickens, that can give you at around maybe in a day can give you maybe like 20, maybe assuming maybe there are 20 chicken, and they can give you at least 20 eggs. So that will be around 400. So from 400, isn't that not a good business? This can actually help you in one way or another, and if you are good enough in terms of playing well with these numbers, you can go ahead and reinvest money back in the chicken as you grow your business. And at long last, you can find yourself having this as one of your most income streams in your life. Number 5 business is juice and smoothie. By the way, do you know that juice and smoothie has got a good profit? Only if you do it the right way. You don't add more water into that juice or that smoothie. You can actually get a good returns in terms of profitability. Now let's look at the breakdown on how you can go about this. Number 1, you have to get equipments. So when I talk about equipments, let's say in here you only need to have a blender. By the way, it's not a must for you to start this business with a location, but you can do it from your home as long as you have the blender and you have the ingredients that are required. These are just the basic ingredients, like things to do with ginger, nini, whatever, and then automatically fruits will come in. So after you having the equipment that are required in this business, you need to at least have 3,000 for blender. That's the cost breakdown. You need to have 5,000 for fruits. 5,000 for fruits. In this case, consider getting these fruits from a wholesale, fresh produce from the market, that you will buy them in at wholesale, but not retail price. And then you will have to get for 2,000 for vegetable, for smoothies, and here you'll also have to get some cups that are going to be used and straws to drink. Now, this is what you will require. Up to this, you will have used 10,000. Now, when you look at the profit potential, let's say you only go ahead and sell 100 cups, only 100 cups, times maybe let's say you are selling at 50 shillings for one cup, you will have made 5,000. Now, assuming you've sold 5,000 minus the cost, let's say the cost maybe it's around let's say 2,000, you'll have made 3,000 on a day. 3,000 on a single day. This is net. So by you making 3,000 on a day, you go ahead and do for 30 days. That is how much? 9,000 will be 9,000. No, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's 9,000. Yeah. So this, I'm assuming you have only sold 50 cups, which is a very, very low. If you do it with aggressiveness that it requires and consistency, you will actually gain more clients as day goes, and you'll have to be having a base of patronage clients or customers in this case. So consider this business as the most profitable business that you can start with only 10,000 shillings. Business number 6 is actually freelance services. So if you have any skills in terms of tutoring or teaching on the knowledge that you have to others, you can do Twitter, and then you can earn from that. If you have good knowledge or skills concerning the graphics and design, you can go ahead and earn from this. So this is actually freelance services. So if you have skills to do with graphics and design, this is a good venture for you to do. In this case, let's say a breakdown of how you can get started. Assuming you can have 2,000 just for marketing. You can do the marketing online or from even like award engaging clients physically. So in this case can be done online. And you may be having like business cards to give to people. In this case, you'll be increasing your potential reach to your customers. Now, in this case, you'll go ahead to have 8,000 for just basic computer packages that will enable you to have skills. Like for example, software that deals with the skills that are required for you to do this freelance kind of services. So in this case, let's look at the profit potential. So in this case, if you only do like 5 tasks or 5 projects, so you'll have done at least 5 projects that will cost at least each 2,000 Kenya shillings. In that case, you will have made 5,000. So now a month, let's assuming maybe a month. So if you make at least 5,000 a month, I'm not saying that now it will be on 5,000 every month, but at least if you start, it will have to take time. Gradually, if you do it well with a lot of perfection and you do your marketing well, day by day, I'm telling you today, you can even earn up to 100,000. Yeah, it's very, very kind of practical. If you start now, you can go ahead and even up to, the good thing with this kind of services, they are unlimited. You can do them as you perfect. You also increase in terms of how much you will be asking from the clients. Business number 7 is homemade beauty products. If you're someone who is always passionate in terms of beauty, all that, you can go ahead and start this business. So, homemade beauty products. So in this case, you need products, and these products can be of soap, can be body butter, hair oil, using natural ingredients, that is. Now in this case, let's look at the breakdown of this business. So in this case, let's say 4,000 will help you in terms of identifying and looking into raw materials for the product that you are selling. And then let's say 2,000 for packaging. Of course, you have to package these products, and then the rest 2,000 you do the marketing to increase the base or to get the clients. So in this case scenario, when you look at the profit potential, then this is how it can be. If you go ahead and only sell 50 units in these products, that maybe assuming maybe it's 200 shillings each, this will go for 10,000. Now, if you only sell 250 units for 200 shillings, then you will get 10,000. Assuming you do the right marketing strategically, and you keep doing the marketing as you do these homemade beauty products, I believe, and it's the trust that I know, you'll make it good at some point in time. So if you can go ahead and even sell up to around 200 units times maybe 200, that's how much? That's around 40,000. So it's a good kind of a business. It's a good business that if you enter today, have the consistency, have the passion, have the know-how on how you'll do it, then you automatically make it when it comes to getting good returns. Business number 8 is actually cleaning services. So that is something you will never run away from, and it will be there, and it has been there, and it will always be there. So in this kind of business that concerns with cleaning services, you will actually do it in the offices, in the businesses, in homes, etc. Now in this case scenario, I've just talked about cleaning businesses. When I do the breakdown of this, in this case scenario, let's say 5,000 shillings for cleaning supplies, and another 5,000 for the marketing. And then after that, let's look at the profit potential. Assuming you only do like 10 jobs or 10 tasks of these cleaning services at around 1,500, that you'll have made at least 15,000. In this case scenario, if you go ahead and increase in your marketing and you do a good job. Of course, from 15,000, this will increase to around even 50,000. So day by day, you'll keep to win customers if you are doing a good job and if you are doing the right marketing the right way strategically. Of course, this will increase. Business number 9 is actually event planning and decoration services. These are the services that you can offer even to your friends, immediate friends. Of course, in this world, we have some people who will not actually like it when it comes to planning for themselves, when it comes to wedding or birthdays. So in this case scenario, you can come in and help them to enjoy their life when it comes to their birthdays, even to their weddings. So in this case scenario, you can always have yourself into this kind of venture and earn money from these services. Now, let's see the breakdown of this business. Assuming maybe you have this 10,000, you can always go ahead and have like 6,000 for decoration items, and then you will have remaining 4,000 to have to use them in terms of getting the materials that are needed in this case scenario. Now, when you look at the profit potential, then let's say maybe you have like 3 events that you are charging like 5,000 per event, then of course this will be 15,000. Imagine only having 3 events and you'll be charging, let's say, just a flat rate of 5,000. In this case, you'll get at least 15,000. How about you go and do a good marketing? How about you go and have a good execution of how you do this marketing to friends, to people that maybe you don't know, and this will grow exponentially. And at long last, you can even earn up to 100,000. Yes, it's possible. You only have to start and do it, because there's no perfect time for anything in this world. The last business is actually, but before I even conclude on the last business, you can always kindly like and subscribe for this kind of videos, because I'll be coming next with a more enticing video just about money, investing and financial literacy. So just consider liking this video for our engagement in terms of knowing better on where to invest, talking about money and expanding more on the knowledge of investment and financial literacy at large. So the last business is actually urban farming. In this case scenario, if you're someone who is staying in urban areas or in urban center, then you can do urban farming. So in this case, you can always do with containers or vertical farming. In this case scenario, when you do the breakdown of this business, then you'll have at least to use 5,000 for seeds and soil, and another 3,000 for purchasing containers for you to plant these seeds in, and they will grow into veggies. And then we'll have 2,000 for tools to be used in this scenario. Now, when you look at the profit potential, assuming you get only like 1,000 weekly profits of your sales, then that means you'll get at least 4,000 monthly income profit just from your do, if you are staying at urban areas. Then this can be a very good venture. If you're someone who is always interested in terms of farming and agribusiness, this can be a very, very good kind of venture you can venture into. and have a good returning at the end. So all this business that I've discussed will actually require an initial capital and your time, as well as your steps and strategy in having you to step in and have a significant return when it comes to having profit out of this business. So consider starting this business today, as there's no perfect time for you to start. Without further ado, let me say thank you once again for having clicked on this video until this far. Like, subscribe and share if you find it so important to other people that don't know about this kind of information out there, so that we can grow our audience as well as impacting one another when it comes to expanding our minds and having to learn 1, 2, 3 when it comes to finances. So thank you once again, and see you in the next video.